Welcome anyone to my YouTube channel. This is 2 Beats to Kill You, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about Bobby Kotick. Yeah, he's gone. But before we get into all that, I just want to remind you all, like and subscribe. I'd like for you to do that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video's topic. Yeah, Bobby Kotick is we already knew he was out. He's out at Activision. Microsoft obviously earlier was finally approved to purchase Activision Blizzard King. That's the full name of the company. And there were a lot of questions, maybe not a lot of questions, but still there were questions on would Bobby Kotick stay on at Activision, because we'll just say he's not very popular. But this is now fully, we have a date. We know it was confirmed when the sale went through that he wasn't going to be staying on past this year. But now we have a date of his last day is the 29th of this month. So when the 29th hits, he's gone. And the new structuring, we also have a new structuring. There was a memo sent by Phil Spencer to employees within Xbox Gaming, Microsoft Gaming, whatever the company is, or whatever they're calling the organization now. But Matt Booty is basically taking over, not necessarily taking over Activision. He's running it, but it's now going to be basically ran by committee. The smaller heads that have been running different parts of Activision Blizzard will still be running it. Guys like not Matt Booty. Mikey Barra from Blizzard, guys like that, they'll be running it, and they just will report to Matt Booty. If you're all aware, Matt Booty's been running basically Xbox Studios for a while now. And when they bought Bethesda, or earlier this year, when they bought Activision Blizzard King, he was gonna be basically the same thing, that his status with Activision Blizzard, or just Xbox Gaming in general, was going to be the same thing. The heads of Bethesda, like Pete Hines and Todd Howard and all them, they'll be reporting to him. And he's just basically running that Xbox side for gaming. Whereas Phil Spencer is just basically the head of everybody. And I believe, or just for gaming, that's what Matt Booty is running, because I believe for just Xbox specifically, Sarah Bond is now taking over. I don't know, I'm getting into a little bit of a tangent on who's running what now, because I am kind of trying to remember it myself. But yeah, so back to the topic, Kotick is out. Officially on the 29th. As I said, we already knew this. This has been something that a lot of people have wanted. A lot of people. He's, as I said before, he's not popular. He's not the most popular guy. And, I mean, it makes sense. There was, a lot of people want to put the whole, toxic environment at Activision on him, which, fair, yes, he is the guy running. He's running the house, keep it clean. But, there's been a lot of studios that have had different things come out about, oh yeah, it's not great over there. Riot Games, Ubisoft, hell, even Moon Studios. As much as I love Moon Studios because I think they make really good games. At least they've made 2 really good games. That happens. There's going to be a lot of stuff like that when you have just people and people and people being meshed together. But I think what made it more quote unquote okay to place all that blame was, yes, partly that he did run, or he ran Activision. It's his thing. But also was this that he wasn't popular with the way he also ran it, just with the way they released games. We all know Activision is just basically the Call of Duty studio or company now. Like, I mean, you don't really see a lot of other games out of the Activision side, besides just Call of Duty. It's always Call of Duty. Even when studios such as like Beanox and Raven Software, when they make awesome games like the Wolverine game, staying on the week's topic of, Wolverine, or those Transformers games, Prototype, just all these different games, Tony Hawk, just that aren't Call of Duty. They make games that do seem at least successful from a fan standpoint. I don't know if they really made money. And a lot of them were received well critically. So, you see all these studios and then they just get put onto Call of Duty. So, when that happens, and especially with the way Call of Duty is just every year, there's a new one. Every year. Nobody likes that whole... You see that everyone always talks about Call of Duty is dying. Call of Duty is dead. Call of Duty sucks. They hate Call of Duty. But every year you see it's always the number one selling game. Even this year, it's still selling well. It's probably not going to top. I think Hogwarts Legacy is the number one seller of the year. It may not top that. If there was a year for another game to become the number one seller, this was the year to do it, because Modern Warfare 3 was definitely not that good. For my own 2 cents, I don't think it's as bad as everyone's making it out to be. Is it great? No, I wouldn't say it's great. I'd say it's good. I like the campaign enough. It can get a little annoying with those open combat missions. But they are what they are. The multiplayer is still multiplayer. I think the multiplayer is great. It's Call of Duty. I don't mind them zombies as long as you have friends, but that's for any kind of like co-op-y thing. If you don't have friends, I just think playing with randoms, even just like in straight like person versus person PvP multiplayer, like, you're not going to have a good time. It's always going to be crap. It's better. Everything's better with friends. Everything. But yeah, so because of things like that, where it's just basically Call of Duty was it, the way clearly Kotick ran Activision to just be like, no, we're a company. We're a for-profit company. We need to make money. Make me money. Make me money. Clearly, he, was not going to be a popular voice in the gaming industry, or popular person in the gaming industry, because gamers are kind of children in that aspect, where they want this and scream to the high heavens for it. And if it's not that way, they're just going to keep screaming about it. And, that's always going to be like a small sect on the internet. Even though it could be all of Twitter screaming about it. That's the amount of people screaming on Twitter is not going to be the amount of people that play games. So yeah, he just wasn't a popular guy because he ran the business as clearly it's for profit. We need to make money. We're here to make money. So, this makes us money. Yeah, we're only focusing on that. And even in, like Tony Hawk when that was around, they try to make the yearly releases. The Transformers games, when they would do that, there was yearly releases for that. The Spider-Man games, when they had the Spider-Man games, those were yearly releases. Like, those games came out once a year as well. Like, every franchise they had, it had to be a yearly release. The last game that they came out with that wasn't exploited for a yearly release was Sekiro, which I'm actually kind of surprised that they haven't even come out with a sequel or tried to get a sequel going yet. So yeah, he clearly ran it as a for-profit business. There was, a quote unquote toxic environment in the company. You know, he was he was not popular. All that to say he was not popular. So him leaving has just been what everybody has wanted, and now they have the date. And I've seen so much celebration on the internet about him. And it's kind of, I don't know, it's a little weird that there's so much celebration because, like, I mean, I get it from fans, but I see a lot of even like gaming journalists, just celebrate it, and it's just a little weird. I understand that they're trying to virtue signal, trying to get their brownie points because of the whole quote unquote toxic environment, but gaming journalists are. I mean, like, there's as a side thing, there's that whole with the Insomniac leaks. A lot of them been like, "Oh, we shouldn't be covering this because, this is, there was a lot of people that are affected," and except that, Capcom has had leaks where I believe the Capcom leaks had personal information too of employees. The Rockstar leak recently, the fucking Microsoft leak of, the Microsoft leak of for the Activision deal and everything. Like, they were super happy to be reporting on that, but now Insomniac. You know what? I should probably not get into this rant. I may save it for another video because I do have a lot to talk about when it comes to this bias that's seen by a certain sect. Obviously, Xbox fanboys, of a biasness against Xbox and favoritism toward Sony. Maybe I will get into it, but not now. I just wanted to talk about Bobby Kotick leaving. I started getting into a little bit of a tangent. Anyways, I don't want to keep wasting everyone's time with that. I already said what I wanted to say on Bobby Kotick. So please like and subscribe, like I said earlier, and I will catch you later.